This episode of the Touristico Gaylive podcast is brought to you by Mister Riegillio, Boys Club Bekkenvoort and Toilet Café in Antwerp.
Hi Darklands, how are you today? Welcome to the Touristico Gaylive podcast live from Darklands. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, I'm awake till from 4 o'clock in the morning. You're not alone. Me too.
I know.
So, welcome. I think a lot of people are on the market, Mark. They want to shop.
Yeah,
Okay.
Very busy over there.
Yeah, I shop too at Mister Riegillio. So, we have this year again our podcast live here at Darklands, 15-year Darklands. George, 15 years, long time for you?
It's a long time, and I think I was there from the beginning. I think the first time it was in Petrol on the other side of the city, a small party concept, and it grew. I've been here every year, so...
Yeah, I think I was also from the early years at 15 year at Darklands. What about you, Mark?
I was always so busy from the first year, but I just started doing volunteer work 5 or 6 years ago and coming regularly every year to this event. A wonderful event for the fetish and kink community. How do you look at that, George, at Darklands?
For me, it's one big family. I live in the city, so for me it's easy, but it always feels like coming home. And it's so big. I love it. You see a lot of people. The only thing is I have a lot to do during Darklands, so I don't have the time to meet people. So after this podcast, I do the Mr. Leather Belgium show, and then maybe I have a little bit time to shop.
Yeah. Any shopping list that you have?
I'm always looking for something special, but I come home with different things that I wanted, so...
Okay, so Mark, we have a special show today, and we have something nice for the guests who hopefully will come later. We have some quizzes.
Yeah, we're going to give some gift cards away from our sponsor, Mister Riegillio. So stick around and maybe you go home with one new outfit also.
So people, if someone pass by and you want to win a nice voucher to go to shop in the shop of Mr. Riegillio, please pass by because you can win a great prize.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, George, you're ambassador of the We Are Fetish. What is We Are Fetish?
We Are Fetish started in 2019 when Gael won the Mr. Leather Belgium competition. He made a Facebook page that was called We Are Fetish. It was to let everybody feel welcome in the community, no shaming and stuff like that. So when he went to the international election, he made of the Facebook page a non-profit organization, and he was start selling merchandise items with We Are Fetish, and the profits of that go every time to a good cause, charity.
Can you name some charities?
They donated some money to Checkpoint Gran Canaria. It's a free clinic for people who live on the Canarian Islands, but also for people who is going on holiday. So you get free testing, and if you have something, they help you immediately. Also, they donated some money to the sisters in the Berlin Folsom. Yeah.
You're the granddaddy of the Belgian fetish scene. Is
Thank
that
you,
why they chose you as an ambassador?
I don't know, but a lot of people know me. I'm always around helping out, so they say, would you be the face? So now I'm the face of We Are Fetish.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about, you're also running as a judge at the Mr. Leather Belgium election. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What's happening over there?
I'm not judging the Mr. Leather Belgium competition. It wouldn't be fair because I'm the vice president of MSC Belgium. Now I'm hosting the show of the Mr. Leather Belgium competition.
Now, George, you told me that you were on Gran Canaria and they asked you to be the ambassador of We Are Fetish. Was it for the first time that they did it, and that they say, okay, we're going to do that from Gran Canaria, or is it something that, is all over the world, or it's all over Europe, or it's just an election from Gran Canaria?
We Are Fetish is not really an election. They chose me as an ambassador, so they came to me and they said, would you be the face for our We Are Fetish, and would you help promote it? Because you're everywhere, so people can talk to you and see what We Are Fetish is, because they're on Facebook and on the internet, but and on stands here at Darklands. But they said, we want somebody who's known in the community, and that's why they asked me. I didn't have to think about it. I did immediately say yes.
This year there is a special team at Darklands. It's mental health. Especially for the fetish community. You are living for a long time in the fetish world. Do you see that it's necessary for doing that team on Darklands?
Yes, a big yes. It's very needed. If you see the suicide range between gay youngsters, it's more than double than for straight youngsters. And then if you see the numbers for trans people, it's even higher and higher. So in these times, I think it's very important that we do on mental health.
Okay. George, We Are Fetish. It means you like all fetishes, or are there fetishes that you say, that's nothing for me?
I started with leather. I always thought leather on men, it looked very hot for me. So, and then I started wearing it myself, and I feel very empowered. But along the way, I took something else on, like rubber and sportswear. So for me, in clothing, it's almost everything. And then in the playroom, it's also a big range. There are a few things I said, no, not for me. I don't mind if people do. I support you. I think it's amazing that you have fun. But not for me.
Okay. Which fetish do you want to try out? There's a lot of an ABDL play is coming up. There are puppies running around here. Is there something you want to try?
I don't say no. You can only say no when you do it and it's not for you.
Have you ever done superhero?
No, do I look like a superhero?
More like a villain.
Oh, maybe that will be a better role for me.
If you would choose for a superhero, which one would you choose?
Catwoman.
What?
Catwoman.
You've got a great leather dress, I believe. Where you've got a leather dress. I've seen you around in Brussels with it. So is that the outfit for your Catwoman?
No, for Catwoman it had to be much more tight. So I don't know if it's gonna look on me.
Okay. Good. We did a call out to the community for a new item that we wanted to launch, and you are our backup plan for it. Because
okay, thank you.
We selected two persons that aren't here today.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it when people say they are coming and they're not showing up.
We've got something that we want you to try out. And tell us what you think about it.
Okay.
I'm going to grab it with me. I've got it in the back here.
Do I have to be afraid?
Very. So, Sven,
it's a suit, important Mark. It's a suit sponsored by the House of Mister Riegillio.
Our sponsor, Mr. Riegillio, give him a hand of applause for this outfits that they selected for our candidates. George,
yes?
do you have anything with PVC?
Oh, nice. Yeah, they look nice. Really nice.
Okay, I'm going to hand this one over to you.
That's one, George, please. These are the trousers. And it's from on the back.
And it's a special Darklands collection from Mr. Riegillio.
Oh,
you can
cool.
find those at their shop. So go check it out.
Okay, that's nice.
George, I'm going to give you...
George, we want to ask you, you want to change yourself in a Darklands bitch?
Of course I will. Of course I will.
Okay, I'm going to hand this over to you.
Okay, thank you.
You can change in the green room.
Okay, I'm
You
going.
Take your time. And come back when you're ready. A little bit what you can expect today. We've got a Mr. Fetish World Alistair Noir coming up later this afternoon. He's coming to tell us everything about his year as Mr. Fetish World. We're also going to talk with Nuri about the new community that is welcomed here at Darklands. That is the Flinta community. Do you know what Flinta is? No? You stick around, you get everything about that. And we also going to talk about kink responsibility and kink awareness with Sebastien van Vagga, of Vagga, one of the organizations that work with the exhibition over at the entrance of Darklands.
Okay, George is ready.
George is ready. Give him a warm applause.
Take pictures.
For George with his new PVC outfit.
George is the new Darklands bitch. So.
Prance around a little bit.
For the photo, George. For the photo, yeah. Nice.
So,
Okay.
what do you think about it?
I already love it.
You already love it?
Yeah, it fits me good.
Okay.
And the feeling is nice.
Yeah, what was the feeling like? Did you wear
The feeling is nice, and I'm not a sportive type, so now I look at least sportive, so...
Okay.
Okay, nice. George, we have a present.
Okay.
You may keep the suit.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you,
Yeah,
and thank you, Mr. Riegillio.
If you promise to be the Darklands bitch for the rest of the weekend.
I will promise to be the darkroom bitch.
Okay, good. What are your plans for the rest of Darklands?
After this, I'm hosting the Mr. Leather Belgium election. It starts at 3:30 until 8.
Let's say, George, you're doing the Mr. Belgium edition already for many years.
Yeah.
What do you think of the candidates of this year?
I think we have 4 very, very strong contestants. Really good guys. So.
Yeah, it's the final hours of Jurgen as Mr. Leather.
Yes.
How did he do it the past year? Because we had him last year here at
Yeah.
Darklands podcast, the Touristico Gaylive podcast. How did he do it this year?
He did a good year. When I see him around, he's always talking to people. He talks to everybody, and I think that's very important for a mister, just to be there for the community and for the people. It's not just a sash. If you do it only for a session to be important and to be visible for people, then you do it for the wrong ways. You have to do it. You don't need a sash to do something for the community, but it gives you a bigger platform.
Yeah.
It's easier. You have easier access to some things. So.
That's also the idea of the We Are Fetish campaign.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So, what are other events are you looking forward to?
I said last year in October at Gran Canarias, I'm gonna do slower. I'm gonna slow down a little bit because it costs a lot of money. But yeah, at the end, it never slows down. Then came Darklands. It's a full week for me. I booked already Torremolinos Fetish Pride. I've never been there. It's the same moment at Easter Berlin. And I said to the guys, as ambassador of We Are Fetish, I'm coming to you because you're a small event and you need the support. And it's good that they have visibility there.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, I just want to see. I see some people in the back. We have some great prizes today. You can shop with Mr. Riegillio today. So, if someone wants to have a voucher of Mr. Riegillio, stay here because you always win a voucher. We have some great quizzes, and we look for 2 people that want to get a voucher that you can spend in the market, in the shop of Mr. Riegillio. So if you want one, stay here and do with us with a great quiz. We have something. Oh, I see a great puppy over there.
Yes, I saw him too. I saw him
Mr.
too.
Puppy UK.
Yay.
Oh,
Welcome.
great. Come on the stage, come on the stage,
Come
come on
here,
the
come
stage, come
here.
on the stage, come.
You can have my seat. I will move a little bit for you.
Oh, hi. Hi, darling. What's your name?
Take a mic.
Junior.
Okay. Your first time at Darklands?
Yeah, it's my first time.
And what you think?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Really?
I've been a really good bad dog.
Had you fun last night?
Yes.
Too much fun?
No. There's no such thing.
Doggy fun?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think about K9?
I think it's a really good safe place for everybody. It's very hectic, and I have to be nice because all the people that run it are practically my family.
Okay. You are Mr. Puppy UK.
Yes.
How big is the puppy community in the UK?
It's really, really big, but for the past half a year or so, since I got elected, I'm seeing that there are certain divisions which I want to break and get rid of because it's not fair that we're such a big community and we're so discontented, basically.
Okay.
So do you want to play a game with us?
Yes, of course.
We're
Okay.
also looking for one other candidate. So any volunteers?
We look one candidate, you can win a voucher to spend at Mr. Riegillio's shop here on Darklands. So if you want to win, if you want to get a voucher, come on the stage, come on the stage. Yes, we have a second candidate, Mark. Okay.
Okay.
Ooh,
What's your name?
very tasty.
Tasty person.
Okay, nice. You want to win a great voucher of Mr. Riegillio? You want to win a nice voucher to spend shopping at Mr. Riegillio? Okay, good. So,
So we're gonna play a little game. It's called Higher Lower.
okay.
I like this
Higher,
game.
lower.
And you have to win a voucher of Mr. Riegillio. You have to collect as many cock rings as you can and
I do
put
that all the
over
time.
your
And
cock.
George will put them over the
That's
cups.
in front of you. So to determine who can start, you're gonna take a card each, and the highest card can start.
I hope you lose.
And show them to the audience and to us. We've got 8 of hearts and the king. The king may start.
The king may start.
Mr.
The king may
Correct.
start. Yes.
Okay, we have
Okay.
a little controller over there.
Normally, if you read the book of Darklands, you should know the answers. You should know.
I
the
have a
answers.
PA. I don't read anything. I have a sash wipe. It is done for me.
So, the person that starts, will ask a question. The person that starts, give a number, and the other one has to guess if it's lower or higher. So, the king may start today.
First question.
Yes, if it works, but I have to point.
I'm really, really bad at maths as well.
The grote?
The green bottom.
Okay,
Okay.
there we go.
So, the first question. How many times has Mr. Fetish World 2024 visited Darklands?
So,
How many times?
So that's Alistair. How many has Alistair come here?
How much do you think?
How many years do you think?
I'm going to go with 8.
8 times? Okay. What you think? More than 8 times or less than 8 times?
I'm saying less than 8 times.
you're right, because it's 5 times.
It's 5 times.
One
That is
cock
what I
ring for you.
Well done.
Our next question is this one.
How many socials are there at Darklands in 2025?
And now
So
Mr.
you may
Bowie,
start because you want
All
to.
right, so I start and I'll say there's 15.
Sorry?
How much?
I'll say there's 15.
50.
50.
No, it's more. Oh, sorry.
Well, I might have to guess higher.
Mark?
Well, Mr. We're going to do that over again. You said 15. How many do you think it is going to be? Is it higher? Is it lower?
It's really hard. Higher.
Yeah, it's 23.
We already got that
It's
one.
23.
Yeah.
No, it's 1-1. One conquering each.
Thank you.
Our next question is this one. How many masterclasses are there this year at Darklands?
So you may start, Mr. Puppy UK. How many do you think for this year?
But do the online ones count?
Sorry?
Do the online ones count or only
Yeah.
the...
Online ones count.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they would.
There are online also.
Yeah, there's loads.
For beginners. Darklands for beginners is online.
I'm going to go with about 25.
What do you think? Is it more or is it less?
Actually, no, it's more.
More.
Yeah.
You're
It are
correct.
54 masterclasses this
Doug.
year.
Oh my God.
Woohoo, I got another ring.
You're doing so well at this cock ring. Well done.
Are there any masterclasses that you guys are following this year? Which one?
Say again.
Did you follow some
masterclass
masterclasses
this year?
I went to the one for the beginners because I'm very new and scared at all. And then I want to go and see a bit of the rope play.
Okay. Next question.
Next question. How many booths will be at the gear and community market in 2025? So all those markets and the community tent. How many do you think there are? You won, so you may say how many do you think?
I think there is 34.
34? Mr. Puppy UK, what you think, more or less?
I'm going to go higher and say 40.
It's 55.
So
So it's higher.
You're tied up over there.
Bring
We
it
can't
on.
have that. We have to. We need a winner. So we go over to the next question. In how many countries were tickets purchased for the Darklands edition of last year?
So not
This year.
so we not ask for many visitors, but in how many different countries did they buy a ticket of last year?
You go first, eh?
Okay, I'm going to go with 52.
52?
More
What you think?
or less?
I think it's less.
No.
No, it's 75 countries.
Mr.
Last
Puppy,
year,
We are kinky
75
everywhere.
countries.
Mr. Puppy UK takes the lead in our higher lower quiz. Give him
Where
a
do you
round
find
of
those
applause.
Pull
questions?
it back, come on.
Next one. How many individual visitors were here in 2024?
So it's not about the countries now, but how many visitors last year? Mr. Puppy UK, what you think?
I'm going to go with... Is that like over the whole week as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole festival.
Oh, I'm going to go with about 25,000.
That's a lot.
I'm trying to be
That's
nice here. I'm trying
Tomorrowland.
to help him win.
That's
I'm trying to help him
Tomorrowland.
win.
Tomorrowland.
I'm trying to help him win. No, it's about, I'm going to go with 8,000.
8,000, okay.
Okay, it's definitely less than 25, but it's more than 8.
More than 8. You're close.
It's
but
close, but it's 7,500 last year.
Sorry, darling. You are cute, but I'm just
You're
more
taking the
clever.
lead. You're taking the. But we still have 3 questions.
It's rare in
so
my
you
life.
still can win. You still can win.
In which year did our sponsor, Mr. Riegillio, open his first flagship store in Amsterdam?
I've been to that one as well.
So we need a year. We're looking for a year.
All right, I'm going to say 2008.
2008 on the table. Higher, lower? What do you think, Mr. UK?
Or later, earlier.
I'm going to go later.
It's in 2023.
One cockering
Because I've
for
been-
Mr.
I've been
Puppy
there.
UK.
Looks like
Give
I'm
him a
giving you
round of
quite a lead there.
applause.
The next question you all should know. Normally
Don't say
you
that,
should know.
because I won't know it now.
In which year did the first edition of Folsom Europe take place in Berlin? Oh, Oh, George, you were thinking. You were
Okay,
thinking.
Josh,
I'm thinking it's a long time. now.
we're going to come to you as last. So
I got to guess because I don't know this, even though I'm from Berlin.
okay,
Which year?
So
he's from Berlin. And he
Oh yeah. So you should know that. You should know
living
that.
there at the time, but I'm still gonna go with my lucky number, 2008.
2008.
2008?
I'm going to go later than that.
No, it's 2003.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wanted to.
I wanted
Thank
to
you,
say
2008.
2002.
Let him win that cock ring. Come, let him win that cock
I
ring.
was barely born, so give me a break. I was like 5 years old.
Okay, next one. In
Guys.
which year was the name Darklands, the place where we're here today, used for the first time?
But I'm gonna say something. We are in 15 years Darklands. But remember, Darklands was not the name of 15 years ago. So that's something to help you with. So in which year what's the name for the first time used?
I'm going to go 2016.
I'll say later.
Later. We've got
It's in
2020.
2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Before that, it was Leather Pride Belgium. So it's still the.
We're almost tied.
Yeah.
There's just one ring in it now.
Yeah, I was just making
who's,
it
who's
more
on the lead over
interesting
there?
here.
Well, let's
The last question. The last question.
We're going to see who's on the lead.
We have a lead
Mr.
here for the
Fabio,
puppy.
many other- 5,
4.
4.
So you still can.
It's on.
Yeah.
It's match
I
ball.
have one cock ring left.
I want it.
No, I'm lying.
I'm not above.
Final one.
I'm
Sure?
not above begging.
You're sure you have one left?
No.
I'm not above begging.
How many official Darklands host hotels are there this year that carry the Darklands sign? We're gonna let the,
He won. So you
I'm
may
gonna
say
go, and I'm gonna say there's 7.
7. You think more
More or
or
less?
less hotels?
Less.
No, it are 13 hotels. Wow. We have 13 host hotels.
Well, I still have
So,
one, so
we have
Tied.
an
Houston,
equal.
now you have a problem.
oh,
This is like entertainment
how
here.
can we're going to
You know what,
This one.
Mark?
that's
We
why we're
give
here.
them both
Entertainment,
a
right?
prize.
Okay, so we're gonna do a little meeting over
A little
here.
hustle like they used to.
We didn't do this. Both a prize? Okay.
Choice. Who win, you think? Who should we give the prize?
I never choose between people.
That's
For
not
me,
true.
they're equal rights.
George, if you want to be our lovely assistant for today,
Of course.
George, you may give them to
you
them.
may give.
Youth before beauty.
Well,
That's a good one. I have to remember.
I'm
This one
much
from
younger.
you, from Riegillio. This one from you.
Very
Thank
kind.
you very much.
So, guys, what are you gonna do today and tomorrow at Darklands? Do you have some special things you still want to do?
We have a lot of the title holders are going to the stage tomorrow for on the Sunday for some of the handover titles. Of course, for Mr. Fetish Will, we're going to be there for the handover and the step down from Alistair. We did the pup walk today, which was really amazing. And then tonight, I'm just going to be a really bad dog.
Okay. You gonna be candidate for Mr. Puppy Europe?
I'm going to see how this one goes because we can't compete in our title year. And next year, with how things are changing and to see who wins, because I mean, I love them all dearly. But I think I might. I had said to my Slash wife there was only 10% chance I would run. It's now more about 60, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, guys, I can tell you, and I think George too, the last 2 days of Darklands are also very fun days with a lot of things, nice friends and everything. So make those last 2 days your days that you say next year, I come home.
Absolutely.
Because that's our slogan, I come home. Okay. Can I have a big applause for those 2 candidates, please?
Woo!
Guys, and keep shopping at Mr. Riegillio.
Okay. So a new community that's welcomed here this year is the Flinta community. And someone who can take us there and talk about us there is Nuri. And she was over here. Hi, welcome, Nuri.
Thank you very much.
Take a seat. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
But let's first of all, George, do you know the Flinta community?
I heard of it, but I don't know what they exactly do.
So now you're going to learn.
Nuri,
It's something
Nuri.
of your Mr. Fetish.
Tell us, what is Flinta?
Well, Flinta is an acronym standing for female, lesbian, intersex, trans, and agender people. So basically everything that isn't cis men, even though we don't hate cis men, especially not gay men.
Okay, good.
But it's an inclusion term to have parties and...
Yeah. Introduce yourself. We know George already. We never seen you here before the talk, or am I mistaken? Is it your first time here?
It's my second time at Darklands.
Second time. And what do you think about it?
Last year was my first time with the booth here. I was also part of a panel discussion. My booth is focused around stuff I make. I make jewelry, I make impact toys, I make claws.
Okay, see it. Nice. And tell us a little bit about your background. How did you get into the BDSM scene? How long are you in the BDSM scene?
I've been in the BDSM scene for about 15 years. I first got into it because, why wouldn't I? It's amazing. Playing with power, playing with ropes, playing with impact toys. I love it all.
What inspires you to start organizing events for the Flinta community?
I was missing a place to meet up with my bisexual and lesbian friends. Sometimes when you're in the straight community, you're kind of being gawked at, like you're being fetishized, and it's just very nice to have a space where you're just the norm.
Yeah.
George, I think I'm going to let you go because you have to change yourself for the Mr. Letter. Okay. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and we're going to see you around.
Have a nice interview.
Okay.
Thank you for...
And enjoy your suit.
Thank you. And thanks
Thank you
to
very
Mr.
much, George.
Mr. Riegillio.
Give a big applause for George from We Are Fetish. Nuri, this year the first time the Flinta community is welcome in Darklands. What can we expect for you from the Flinta community? What event-driven events are you organizing this year?
Well, actually, the Flinta community has been welcome here, only not as explicitly as this year. This year, for the first year, we actually have activities like a social, a rope jam, and also a party, a play party tomorrow that is supported by Darklands. So there is actually a space for us, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of people who know Darklands for many years already in your community?
I haven't seen a lot, but I did meet some last year when I was here for the first time, and I was like, oh, is that a possibility, being here without like being a salesperson, just visiting?
Mm-hmm.
And I found out it's totally allowed, just not the night parties. And I talked to Jeroen, and he was like, yes, I would love to have a night party for the Flinta community.
Yeah.
So I said, I think I can make this happen.
Yeah. Why is it important that there are dedicated spaces for your community? Like here on Darklands?
I think it's nice to have it here at Darklands so we can more intermingle and we can share knowledge across the gay community and the Flinta community. I know I have followed fisting workshops in the Flinta community at Easter conference, for instance, but I would love to have the time to follow one here and hear what the gay men have to tell about it.
Yeah.
There is this year also, I have asked a question also on George. the big theme here is kink responsibility. There is a lot of problems with mental health in the LGBTQ community, also in the fetish community. Do you see the same in the Flinta community?
I think it's a problem everywhere. I think as we are part of the LGBTQI plus community, we also have this problem. I don't know if it's more than...
Yeah. What challenges have you faced in the past when created Flinta-focused events, and how have you overcome them?
We mostly have issues around men wanting to attend, straight men who want to come and watch. Oh, but I won't join. I will just watch.
Yeah.
And that's not really a challenge. You just say, no, you're not welcome.
Yeah. How do you ensure that your events are safe for all attendees? Because you're already saying that cis men try to get in, and how do you handle that aspect?
It depends on the party. For Booby Bash, we have contact with every participant beforehand, but we always have a person at the door so they can check, oh, you don't seem like our target audience. Are you sure you should be here? So.
Yeah, yeah.
Mark, I see Mr. Fetish World is arrived. Maybe we can ask him on the stage.
Alistair is already in the house.
He's always sitting there.
Hello.
Alistair, join us
Come on the stage.
So, can you share a memorable moment or story from one of your events that made an impact on you?
There are so many.
You just choose one. Welcome, Alistair. Thank you, Mike.
I think one of my most memorable moments was the first time I gave a workshop, which was about bratting, which is something that I really love teaching about, and seeing people go like, oh, but I can brat? I can do that with consent, even? Amazing.
He's nodding yes. You're also a little brat, Alistair?
Yes, I think that's quite clear.
Do you know the Flinta community, Alistair? Do you know the Flinta community?
No, I don't.
So stick around, you might
Yeah,
learn
yeah.
something.
I'm always happy to learn.
Okay. So what advice would you give to someone in the Flinta community who is interested in organizing events or building communities and initiatives?
Talk to a lot of people.
Talk to a lot of people.
Yes, and make connections. Make sure you keep contact with people, and you, by doing that, you form a community and you extend it more and more.
Yeah. So, what future projects are you working on after Darklands for the community?
After Darklands, I think a friend of mine is talking to World Pride. So I'll probably be involved sideways somewhere there. And besides that, I'll just go back to making more stuff. Yeah. Making more stuff for my booth and being a welcoming place for all people, regardless of sexuality or gender.
Yeah. You're also hosting a social here later this evening.
Yes,
so
please
everybody
come.
is
Everybody
invited.
is welcome.
So that even if they don't belong to the Flinta community?
Yes, we want all allies to be there.
And this evening you're also a Flinta party in the Fetish Cafe.
Yes.
A little bit of, why did you choose to go over there?
Unfortunately, Darklands did not have a space for us here. We would have loved to be at the venue for an evening party, but we only could arrange the Fetish Cafe. It's only 20 minutes walk from here.
It's close by here.
And it's a beautiful location.
Yeah, you can do bondage there also in the cellar. So
you can do everything there. You can whip, you can have sex,
Okay.
It's not for me. It's not for me. I don't do that.
What?
You're not a part of the Flinter community, no?
Too bad.
You also stand here with your own stand.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about you make paddles and your nails, or your claws, I should say.
Claws, yes.
Alison, what do you think about her
They're so
claws?
cool. I've been looking at them the whole
You
time.
wanna feel them?
Yes, I do.
What? How does it feel?
Oh, that's
Alison?
amazing.
Yes.
I love
They
those.
look very intimidating, but
But
they're
I think
just
it
really
hurts in
nice.
bed.
No.
See, it's very nice.
Just take them off before you fist.
I think I found a new fetish.
Did we lose you, Sven? So tell us a little bit about how did you get the idea for that?
Oh, I absolutely love scratching people. Unfortunately, I work with my hands the entire day, and I tend to lose my nails by working with my hands. Just they get worn down. So I wanted a way to be able to scratch people, even if I don't have my nails myself. So I decided to make ones I can put on.
We spoke yesterday a little bit because I didn't know you before today, before Darklands. You told me you also give workshops.
Yes.
You named a couple of one, a breed workshop.
Breath
A breath
play.
workshop.
Yes, breath play.
And
It's also a very big passion of mine.
yeah, the breath workshop resistance.
Resistance is futile,
Oh, I love that. I really love that.
and resistance is fun. It's a duo workshop. First, I do the resistance is fun with all the bottoms, and then I do the resistance is futile with the tops. So all the things that the bottoms came up with, ways to resist and ways to basically brat. We then talk to the tops about how you can negate those.
And another one was shame. What,
Yes.
What to do? I have to imagine with that.
Playing with shame can be really small things. It can be, oh, I see you're wearing this shirt. Are you sure you want to be wearing that? Are you sure that people won't look at you when you're in the supermarket like that?
Yeah.
Or it can be big things like insecurities that people just have to get over or want to get over.
I imagine you get a lot of inspiration of the market with all the outfits and the naked people that you see here.
Oh, but not for the shame workshop.
Oh.
I see so much pride here.
Yeah, okay.
I love the way the vibe that is here, that is just supportive and loving to everybody.
Yeah. So, what can they expect from the Flinter community today here at Darklands and or in the Fetish Cafe?
Today there is the social welcome to all. Talk about anything Flinta related or fetish related or just how nice the drinks are. And afterwards there is a rope jam, which is also open to all. I hope to see also men tying there. I will be tying there if I have the time. I hope I will. I will be there anyways. And then tomorrow, the Flinta party. There are still tickets left, both for the rope jam and for the play party. Yes.
So people who want to go to party and to know the Flinta community,
Yeah.
I would say, Mark, they should go.
Yeah. You're quite busy today. You have to organize the social in a couple of hours. We're going to let you go, and you also. But before you go, we've got a little present for you.
Yeah, you take it. You take it over there. Do you like hearts?
Oh, you.
What do I?
Do you like hearts?
Hearts? Hearts?
Yeah?
Yes, sure.
Well, I have.
I
have
love-
hearts for you.
We've got chocolate hearts for you.
Thank you.
Yes, well, welcome.
Enjoy them.
Flinta
We wish you a
community.
lot of luck today with your social, with the party, and we really hope you're coming home again to Darklands.
Yes, I definitely came home at Darklands.
Okay, coming back next year when
I
there's
think
another
so.
event of like Darklands, because this is the
Yes.
last Darklands.
Yes,
How
I
do you
heard.
feel about that?
I feel sad.
You feel sad?
but
Yes,
maybe-
I only just
Maybe
found it.
I know Jeroen for a long time. He's full of surprises.
Yes, I'm sure he will make another amazing event.
Okay. Give a warm round of applause for Nuri, please. And keep clapping those hands for Alistair, because we didn't officially welcome you. Welcome, Alistair. Mr. Fetish World, we spoke last year, just a couple of minutes after you won. How did you manage to express the feeling the day after?
Yes, that was crazy. I literally, I was on stage, and of course, I didn't know I'd won. And then they announced that I won, and it was just kind of a whirlwind. I mean, I walked off stage, and there's a queue of people to take photos. And then Andy's like, come with me, you're going to get interviewed. And then we went straight into the caravan, and I was like a rabbit in headlights. I was like...
Okay. Alistair, you are Mr. Fetish World.
Yes.
A question. Do you know all the fetishes in the world?
I couldn't possibly.
Okay.
I have my own fetishes. I learn something new every single day.
Okay. Because we're going to do a quiz later about fetishes.
Yes.
But I found some special ones. Okay.
Oh,
and there are people already listening here. If you join our quiz we're going to do, you get a voucher to shop at Mr. Riegillio here in the market. So we look for 2 candidates today who want to get a voucher for Mr. Riegillio. And the only thing you have to guess is which fetish is it, but we make it easy.
Yeah, that's coming up in 10 minutes. Alistair, you wake up the next day, you think, I'm Mrs. Fetish World. You were the first one. You didn't have an example. How did you plan everything?
Yeah, so I wasn't in following in anyone's footsteps, so there kind of wasn't a plan. So that's pretty much what I did my first month. Yeah. I went home, I was actually in the process of moving house, so that was a very chaotic month. But then I suddenly was like, okay, and I mapped out a plan for a tour. That was one of the most important things was this sash, taking it to as many places as possible. And I was quite keen to not just go to Europe as well. So I made 3 spreadsheets of like my life, where I want to go to, and then where I can realistically go to, and what kind of lines up. So my longest period of traveling was 35 days.
Sorry, how many?
35 days 35, was my longest.
Okay.
So I did something almost every month, but my longest time away from my home was 35 days in total.
And what was the nicest country you have visited?
I'm going to be absolutely honest. Unfortunately, I'm not going to say Belgium. I'm going to say Brazil. I got as far as Sao Paulo.
Of course,
Thank you for coming,
Brazil.
No, I went
Not
to...
only the men are beautiful over there, but...
I was a judge for the Mr. Miss Fetish Brazil contest, and that was just such an incredible experience. And that really, I couldn't have imagined that that's where my life would have gone to.
Yeah. I believe you did a crowdfunding for that.
Say again.
You did a crowdfunding to travel to?
Yes, I did some crowdfunding, and I borrowed some money, and I stayed on a sofa bed of a very kind host, and this is how I did a lot of my traveling. I tried to go as far as possible by really being as cost conscious as possible. So I stayed. I was very kindly hosted by a lot of people, and that's really a big life lesson that I learned through this process was. Actually, when you ask for help like that, most people are very welcome, very welcoming and very happy to help. People are always like, oh yeah, you can stay with me, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Andy is a little bit the master of the house of the Mr. Fetish World election. When you were elected, did you get follow-up by Andy? Could you ask a lot of questions about him when there was a problem?
Yes, absolutely. So he's been there and available for me all year. Like myself, he's very kind of, he's hands-off approach. He hasn't been sort of telling me what to do. He's just made it always very clear that he's there and happy to help me if I need any questions or anything. And when I've reached out to him, he always responds. And he's very, like me, he's very straightforward.
Yeah.
So we get on quite well in that respect.
You've got a lot of fetishes that you practice. Is there a new one that you discovered this year? as Mr. Fetish?
Yes, there
Which
is. Wax play.
Wax play.
Yes.
What's so special about the wax play? Wax play.
I just never had the opportunity to try it.
Okay.
That was in Brazil. I never had the opportunity to try it before, so I did get the opportunity to try it, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah?
It's not.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, I would. I definitely would. It's not a main fetish for me, but with the right time, place, and person, for sure, it was very enjoyable.
Is there still a fetish you not did and you want to try in the future?
Something I want to try in the future. I don't want to be too explicit, you know.
Don't you create explicit content online?
Yes, absolutely. And there's a particular video that I enjoy myself.
Okay.
That I'd like to recreate one day.
So, Mark, will we do the quiz?
We've got 6 minutes.
What?
6 minutes.
6 minutes, okay.
So,
okay. But let's first see if there are candidates. Let's ask it already. We need 2 candidates to do the quiz to win a voucher of Mr. Riegillio. Come on, people. You can win a voucher. You can shop till you drop. Are there 2 people who want to join us? They may already come.
Okay. Alistair.
Yeah. Back. Yeah, back. Just come here already to the stage.
Alistair.
Okay.
This year, is there a new Mr. Fetish World competition going on here at Darklands?
There is, and you can see it today.
Are you ready to give up your sash?
I am. I absolutely am. I'm ready to see the next Mr. Fetish World and see what they will bring. And I'm ready to have a retirement of at least 1 month.
Okay.
I have a question about that because last year someone told us the problem is when you give away your sash, you fall in a black hole.
Yes.
Are you afraid about that?
I have actually made preparation for that. I'm very aware, and I have a lot of friends who are misters.
By the way, it was Andy who said it.
Yeah.
He said it's a dangerous thing.
Yes. I know quite a few misters who have really struggled after their title year because the pace suddenly drops. You're living very fast, and then suddenly it stops. So I've made preparation for this, and I'm actually going to go back into studying. I have already applied, been accepted, and I will start studying this year. So I've kind of already got the next thing lined up for me, so I know that I've got something else that I'm working towards.
Yeah. Now, the theme of this year, Alistair, is kink responsibility. The reason why I asked those questions is this year, or last year, I think every week I read on Facebook guys who died, who take suicide and everything. And I thought, oh my God, it's really hard in our world. Do you mention it's as hard in fetish world?
That's a really good question. Is it different in the fetish world, or is it just somewhere that the world is at right now? Mental health has never been a more important conversation. I think one blessing in the world of fetish is sometimes there is quite a good conversation about it, and there's a lot of self-awareness, but it is a huge problem. And really, it's never been more important to seriously, notice your friend. Notice your friend. If you ask someone, how are you, ask them twice.
Yeah. Aren't you afraid that you're going to end up in a black hole after tomorrow?
I'm not afraid for myself because I know myself and I've made preparations for it. And that's where it kind of comes with self-awareness of I am going to have a dip the day after tomorrow. I've entirely planned for it.
But I think we have a special guest here, Andy.
Andy!
Hello.
The director.
Hi. He's very busy with the new candidate of Mr. Fetish World. How does it go? Good? Good
Okay.
Candidates? Yeah? You not have good candidates because I am not joining.
Okay. So it's a little time for a new quiz time here at Darklands. Please, who are our candidates for this afternoon? Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Philip.
Philip, yeah. Where are you coming from?
I'm from Belfast in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, and you are?
I'm Sam, and I'm from Manchester, England.
Northern Ireland versus England.
That's it.
That's difficult history about that.
It should be interesting.
So, is it your first time at Darklands?
My second time.
Yeah, and yours?
And it's my first, yeah.
And what do you think about it?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah. And what do you think about Darklands? It's the second time?
This time, last time I didn't know what to expect. So this time I was able to more mentally prepare myself. And last year I was like a rabbit in headlights. I was just like, oh my goodness. But now this year it's like, yeah.
Yeah. What did you do this year different than last year?
Prepared myself mentally.
Mentally. Did you need it last year?
Last year was a complete last second decision to come.
Yeah.
So I was actually only here for 2 hours.
Oh, so you flew
on
over
this Sunday
2
afternoon.
hours.
It was like, let's just rock up and see if we can get in.
Okay.
And I thought, there's no way we can get in.
You were longer traveling
exactly.
to than
Yeah.
you were here.
So we were in Germany, we were in Düsseldorf, and we were like, Darklands is on. Shall we go? I was like, yeah, let's go. So we had a bit of time, because everything in Germany is closed on a Sunday. So we traveled from Germany to here, spent 2 hours here, and then went and got our plane.
Okay, guys, the quiz of today.
Sure.
You have to guess the fetish.
Yep.
But
You will see on the screen. No, I will read and you will see on the screen a fetish.
Yep.
I will say 3 fetishes, and you say A, B, or C, which fetish you think it is. Okay?
Sure.
The people in the audience may help you if you not know it. So you may ask it. Okay? And we will see if Alistair knows them too.
Alistair, you can.
So, Andy, it's a big...
So, Andy,
He's watching, huh?
I never pretended to be an expert on all fetish.
so the first one.
This fetish classified as an erotic age orientation where a person is sexually attracted to elderly people. Is it A, age play, B, gerontophilia, or C, dominance? So age play, gerontophilia, or dominance? What you have?
B.
B, and you have A. Oh my God. It's B.
Ooh.
It's gerontophilia.
So who had the B's?
Alistair, you not started
that's what
good,
these
eh?
are for.
Kakering from me. Here you go.
Got me as well.
Yeah.
You also.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay,
Thank you.
Going back.
the second question. This fetish is a form of role play with the BDSM age. People who are into the kink will take on either the role of the dominant, the person in charge of the interrogation, or the submissive, who is held captive and is withholding a secret. Is it A, dominance? Is it B, humiliation? Or is it C, interrogation play? Dominance, humiliation, or interrogation play?
I'm going to move over on this side.
Yeah, you're going to send this side because okay. You all 3 correct. It's interrogation play.
We've got a tight cock here on the both sides. 2 rings. Next question. This fetish is a sexual arousal from having sex or masturbating in front of mirrors or reflective surfaces.
Ooh.
Which
Okay,
one?
so I think everyone does it, but okay. Is it is it A, public sex?
No.
Is it B, catoptronophilia? Or is it C, role play?
We've got 3 B's over here.
And it's correct. It's catoptronophilia. Did you know it, Andy? You know it? You do it?
Okay.
No? No?
We've got 3
You do it,
cockings.
Alistair? You like it? You like it? Doing sex in front of a mirror?
No.
No?
No.
Or
No,
making
only with
movies?
the lights
or
off.
making movies? I think everyone does it, but okay.
Okay, next one. This
Next one.
fetish is deriving pleasure from the high sensation, most often referred to as pain, be that physical or emotional.
Is it A, masochism? Is it B, role play? Or is it C, wax play?
3 A's over here.
That's the correct answer. Masochism.
They're tied together. It's no,
Thank you.
it's no fun, guys.
Curtain rings.
You're
Curtain rings.
okay.
Shower curtain rings.
Okay, the next one.
Bit narrow.
This fetish is a fetish that involves being turned on by music rather than experiencing strong sexual reactions in response to music, and also fantasizing about certain songs or genres.
Is it A, humiliation? Is it B, klismaphilia? Or is it C, melolagnia? So, humiliation, klismaphilia, or melolagnia? Do you know it, Andy?
They
Yeah.
go for different. We've got a B and 2 C's.
Only 2 persons are correct. It's
We've
melolagnia.
got a break in the score.
I might have asked the audience.
So if we play a song, Andy, you get crazy? Of course.
Okay, next one. This fetish may manifest as an attraction to fingers, a great manicure, or simply some smoking hot hands.
Is it A, gyrophilia, B, food fetish, or C, stigiophilia? So, gyrophilia, food fetish, or stigiophilia?
3 C's.
You're all wrong.
What do the audience think? Any
It's
guess?
gyrophilia. So that's the fetish for hands.
So you can try that one later on here at Darklands. Next one. This is also referred to as a hair fetishism. Is the erotic attraction to hair. The hair in question can be human hair, armpit hair, chest hair, pubic hair, or even animal fur. But is it most commonly human head hair?
Okay. Is it A, wax play, B, trichophilia, or C, zentai?
We've got 2 B's, 3 B's.
It's correct. It's trichophilia.
Okay, we're conquering for both of you. Here you go.
And normally this one is an easy one.
This fetish is a fancy name for water sports, golden showers, or the more direct name, P-play.
Is it ABDL? Is it H-play or urophilia?
3 C's. That was
I
an easy
thought
one.
it's an easy one.
That
It's an easy one.
I forgot one ring too short. There's somewhere a ring.
I don't know if you have another ring.
Yeah. Normally. So
Okay, but
you have one more.
Remember your ring.
Next one. These are people who have an interest in anthropomorphic animals or animals with human qualities. Many create their own animal character known as personas, which function as their avatar. What
It's an
is
easy
it?
way. Is it A, furies, B, puppy play, or C, superhero? Okay.
3 A's.
Okay. What would be your fury?
Me?
Yeah, if you do fury?
Oh, I have a fox hood.
You've
Okay.
got a fox hood.
Yeah. I've got the personality of a golden retriever, but I look like a fox.
Any characters that you avatars that you wanna?
I would have to be a cub.
Sorry.
A cub.
Andy, good luck with your election for this year. Okay.
Any furry that you wanna play?
Tiger, for sure.
A tiger. Okay. The next one, a nappy.
The last
fetish
one,
is-
yeah.
The last one is a type of garment fetish in which a person derives pleasure from themselves or partners wearing or using a diaper.
That's an easy one. Is it underwear fetish, actirasti, or ABDL?
3 C's over here.
Okay. So it's correct. It's
Correct.
ABDL.
Yeah.
I think we have a winner.
Yeah, but
Because you had one wrong. Alistair, the first one. You had one wrong, and you are completely correct with all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that doesn't matter.
You should be the new Mr. Fetish World.
I'm not pretty enough, but
So, you each get a Mr. Riegillio
oh, thank you so
gift
much.
card to sub here. This one is presented by our other sponsors from Boys Club in Bekkervoort. So, thank you very much for playing.
Give a big
Thank you
applause
having
for
us.
the two
Shop
candidates.
yourself a new outfit. Thank you. And I'm going to move over to the other side.
Thank you, guys. Have fun on Darklands.
Alistair, Mr. Fetish World is coming up. How's the election going so far?
Yeah, the elections, we're on day 3, I think. So we unofficially started Wednesday with a meet and greet round where we got to know the contestants. But yeah, the next round is at 3 p.m. today. So in 10 minutes, we'll be on the main stage. And it's the first time that the contestants will get the opportunity to have a free stage. So they will share things about their projects or they'll be able to perform. It's completely up to them. So I will be judging. So I return to the competition as a judge and I will be very fairly judging them based on their performance today.
Do you look at certain aspects for the new Mr. Fetish World? Because you've been it a year. Is there something that you have to that you look for in it?
For me personally, so this is the 4th time I've judged a competition, and something that I'm really looking for on a personal level, I am looking for someone who is very grounded in reality, because I think you have to be. I think you take on the sash and you take on a level of responsibility, or you're going around, you're traveling, you're meeting people, you need to be very grounded and realistic. So that's something that I'm looking for, is someone who is themselves, they know themselves, they can manage themselves.
Yeah. There have been a couple of rounds already. What did the candidates have to do already?
So far they've had an introductions round. They've had an opportunity to have questions with the judges and the jury, and they've had an opportunity to have questions from the audience. So today is the first time that we get to see them really perform and share their fetish. So that's quite exciting for them.
Yeah. And any favorites between the candidates, or can you?
Oh, I won't possibly tell you. I, of course, have an opinion, but I'm not going to share it until Sunday. You can ask me after the competition.
Your candidates have a different background in fetish.
Yes, I believe there's a good variety in terms of fetish this year. So there's 5 candidates from 5 different walks of life with 5 different fetishes. So, and that's what's really interesting about a multi-fetish competition in this way. So, when you kind of judge a competition that's a puppy competition or a leather competition, you kind of have, people, well, of course, if you're judging a leather competition, you have people who are only into leather, but with a fetish competition, it's very broad. So people can really, come from a broad spectrum of the fetish community into these competitions.
Yeah. What's happening today at the main stage with the election?
Yeah, so today starts in 10 minutes from 3 p.m. on the main stage, and today is the free stage. So it's the contestants' performances in the way, so they can share about their projects or they can perform something. So they've been given that opportunity to express themselves today.
Now, George is the ambassador of We Are Fetish. If they would ask you to do it next year, would you do it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think personally I'll enter another competition. I've done that. I've enjoyed it. I've had that experience. I don't feel like I need to do another competition again. That could change in the future. But I would love to continue to be involved in these things and I've had quite a lot of offers and questions about me going to different places to help out with competitions or to judge, and that is always a yes if I can.
Yeah, this is the second time. Next year, probably a third time. Why should someone be a candidate for the next edition?
Why should someone be a candidate for Mr. Fetish? If they want to, do it. You know what I mean? Like I say, it's a broad competition. You don't have to be an expert in fetish. You don't have to be all fetishes. You can have your own fetish. It's more about connecting to the different aspects of the fetish community. And And yeah, I kind of applied for it thinking that I wouldn't win, you know. I thought, hey, let's give that a go because I've kind of always wanted to. And I did, and I won. And that's kind of, I think, you know, so that's what I would spread to someone else, is like someone else who's curious. Just do it. What have you got to lose? You may as well apply. The worst thing that will happen is you'll win.
Okay. Before we're going to let you go, because you've got to be on the other side, what is the most exciting event that you're next going to do here in Europe?
I don't actually have any plans right now. I mean, I will...
A little vacation.
You're going back to Brazil, I think.
I would love to, but I mean...
You know, they give Tomorrowland, huh?
Apparently there's this thing that happens where you actually run out of money.
Oh. Do you need that as Mr. Fetish World money?
So I don't know. I will see what this year I for sure will have a quieter year.
Yeah.
Because last year I did so many things and it was so amazing. And I am actually looking forward to having some time in my home in the UK. But I think my next trip will be, there's a kink weekend in Torremolinos that I'll be going to.
It's nice. Have you been there already?
Yes, I've been to Torremolinos a few times.
I love Torremolinos.
Yes, there's a really nice nude beach. I don't know if you know it.
We're going to let you go because you have to fly over to the main stage. We've got also a little present for you.
Alistair, we want to give you our heart. So, in the form of some nice chocolates, Belgium chocolates.
Thank you so much.
I would wish you good luck here on Darklands. Good luck with the candidates of Mr. Fetish World. And I hope you come home again to Darklands.
Of course, I will inevitably be back. In whatever shape Darklands takes next year, I'll be there.
Okay. Give a warm hand of applause for Alistair, please. And before we're going to talk with our next guest, Sebastien, we're going to do, you can also give a warm applause, hand of applause for Sebastien. We're going to talk with him about kink awareness and responsibility. But before we're going to do that, we're going to do a little look at the fetish agenda for the coming months. Coming up next is Rub Week in Paris from 27 March to the 31st of March in Paris. Then there's Easter Berlin in Berlin from 28th of March till the 1st of April. Then we head over to the Cleveland in 11 in April. And the International Mr. Leather Chicago election happens this year at 22 to 26th of May. Furthermore, there's the Cologne Fetish Pride in June. That's from the 5th to the 9th in June. Sebastien.
Okay,
welcome.
Mark, I'm going to explain you a little bit why I wanted Sebastien here. We are talking a lot about mental health, and one of the main things here on Darklands is the exposition you find next to the merchandise shop and everything about kink responsibility. So we wanted to have a guest here, so I hope people stay here, because I think after this, maybe you know someone in your community that struggles with mental health. And I've always said to Mark, if we can save one person with helping his mental health, then I think we did a good job.
Oh, is it on? Is it on? Take another one.
So,
okay,
yes,
this
absolutely.
one. Sebastien, you are working for Vagga. Eh? What is Vagga in Belgium?
Yeah, so Vagga is the Antwerp organization for mental health. So we have a lot of hulpverlening, I don't know how to say in English, care, mental health care. I work for addiction prevention, so we go on the road, train professionals and organizations how to deal with topics like addiction. This can be from drugs and all kinds of behaviors.
Why was it so important for Vagga to be included in this exhibition here at Darklands?
Yeah, so we are a second line organization. So people, they have to find their way to our care. And it's important that we do some outreach so people know that we have professionals, psychologists, therapists who can help when things go wrong or when you need some help. with addiction or sexuality.
The Darklands community is a different community than you normally work with. How does that align with you?
So I don't represent the entire kink responsibly, but I do a lot of harm reduction for drug use. And in the chemsex scene or in kink, there is a lot of drug use, which has also some risk. And we want to approach them with an open mind and in a way that people can relate. So harm reduction, to do this in this setting, we are actually very invited by the festival to make an integrated approach with sexual health, with harm reduction for drug use, and all kinds of initiatives for mental health. So for us, it's important to get to know the scene better also, and to work on lowering the thresholds towards the scene and in the other way towards us.
Okay, Sebastien, but is there enough awareness and recognition of the alternative sexual expressions in relationship in mental health?
Awareness, yes, but I think there's a lot of misconceptions or images. People they think they know what it's about, but they don't really know what it's about, and this gets really in the way of getting to know people who get involved with this. So there is awareness, but I think there is also a lot of thresholds between people who really need to know what they're talking about. Because if you do drug care, people they tend to be very professional in helping people with addiction, but the sexual side it's more uncomfortable for them, or the other way around, and it's because it's all things are they come together in one person, so you need to know the entire spectrum.
What are the common questions you hear this weekend when you are on the kink responsibility exposition?
Well, I think it's well received. People they really think it's okay. This is hands-on information. We can do something with. We can also share with our friends or people we engage with. The questions we get is like very practical, in-depth risks on direct combinations, interactions, maybe the misconceptions on PrEP and everything like this. So questions they can vary a lot. So we are with a team, who can represent all the different topics. So you want to know specific questions? I think the monkey dust question is one that sticks out.
How can someone maintain a health balance between their kink interests and their mental health? Do you have any tips for that?
Sorry, I didn't really understand.
How can someone maintain a healthy balance between their kink interest and their mental health? Do you have any tips for that?
Yeah, I think it's the same with all things you get involved with. It's keeping some balance and maintaining your structure in your life, so you don't have a negative impact. People tend to be very motivated or enthusiastic about something, but it's good to give it a good place and to plan ahead, and also to check in with others. So it's about getting informed, talking about this. Also, when it's over, and you don't carry it on in the next week or something like this. And there's a lot of things you can do to check with yourself or with others. How are you mentally? What's your mood? How are you doing? It's just taking the moment to question yourself. It's like, what am I feeling? What did I experience today, and how am I experiencing this? Is there some, am I not just going without thinking about where I'm going to?
Yeah.
If I knew someone who have mental health problems, do you have some tips what I can do as a person?
Yeah, I think if you notice someone has a difficult time, it's just important to be there for the person, to make yourself known that maybe you notice, or that you're worried, or you're involved with the person, to reach out to them and ask the same questions I just did, like Is there things in your life that make you experience things or that make it harder on you? It's not always easy for people to talk about mental health problems or when it's when they're experiencing difficulties. It's about taking away the boundaries to do this. So it's also engaging with people about topics to lower the threshold for them to talk about this. I think this is what Kink Responsibly is also about, is to show that it's normal. It's part of the scene of people's life. It's not only the kink scene, but it's on the fetish scene. It's people, they tend to take drugs or mental health. You carry it everywhere, and if we get involved with each other, it's just something we can talk about without all the stigma. Yeah.
Okay. Mark, I think also I want to tell you, when I was in the hotel, I was host of one of the Darklands hotel. Some people told me, okay, yes, I'm alone here. And I think that's strange. So if I can make a suggestion, go to the socials.
Okay.
Because I think on the socials, you'll not feel alone anymore. And I think it's also good against mental health.
Yeah, the fetish and kink community is a tight community. We have to look out for each other a little bit. Are there signs that we can notice when it's going a little bit difficult with other fetish people?
Yeah, there are signs, but it's not always easy to notice because people, they tend to get more isolated or to hide from others that they're not doing okay. But it's noticeable in behavior that they get more like compulsive. They tend to be they are more drawn to drug use or to getting into sex. But you see that they are losing control and that they're not with themselves. But it can be quite hard to notice because they someone needs to ask the question because they're maybe not asking the questions themselves. So it's always...
What can be a first good question? Is it a simple question of how are you, or are there other questions that we can ask?
That's a good question. It's also about knowing the person. I think it's I think if you skip the step of getting to know people and just engaging with them, maybe in sex or anything, it's you skip the step which is important to get a connection that everyone needs. Is where does it go wrong? It's that people get disconnected with themselves or with others. So it's also it helps when people just ask, even if it's not about the answer, but just engaging with someone is also helping.
Yeah. And I think, Mark, it's also important because you said something important. If you meet someone and you say, how are you? The most people will say, oh, I'm okay. But then the second question I always ask is, how are you really? And then they give another question, because then you ask further.
I think talking about your own mental state or emotion it's something people are not really used to do. It needs some practicing, some training. You need to get opportunities to talk about people, and it's also about showing others that it's okay to talk about feelings. It's you can be hard on yourself all the time, but if you can show also that today I'm not feeling well or I'm angry about something, this is getting beyond the walls that we put up towards each other. So.
Yeah. You're also working around addictions, drug addictions. Do you see an increase in the use of drugs in the fetish and community scene, or in the overall environment?
You mean overall, if drug use is increasing? I think it's difficult to say because people, they get the impression that drug use is normalized. But it's also a thing of perception. It's drug use. People take drugs because they like it. I think the availability of drugs is a very important element of how much drugs how many people take drugs, or if it's more accepted. So I think availability in a scene like chemsex scene, we see a lot of quite hard types of drug use. which is maybe more accepted. But I wouldn't say that overall or in the society in general that drug use is increasing. But the availability, there's players on the market that make it really available. They're doing a really good job to bring drugs to consumers. So,
how safe or dangerous is chemsex? We're gonna throw it out there. There are a lot of combinations of drugs that you can and you can't mix. Can you give us any tips about that?
Yeah, well, the answer always is that drug use is never without risk, so it's never really safe. But I think you can do a lot of you can take a lot of measures to take away the risks. If you know what you're doing and
what is the Bud app?
Bud is an app which is developed towards a community, which gives a lot of information on harm reduction, like about the substances, about checking in on mental health for each other. You can also monitor your own use when you're engaging in a weekend of chemsex or something. You can really monitor what did I take, when did I take it, because knowing your dose, knowing how much you took. If you're making some combinations which are dangerous, the app will help you to give the information you need.
Okay. Sebastien, I think we all have to go to the Kink Responsibility exhibition. It's
really
a beautiful
cool.
one. It's a beautiful one. Yeah. So I will still make time to go there. We want to thank you for...
One more question. Is it your first time at Darklands?
No.
Okay.
I've been here before, but this time we're integrated, and I like it more this way because last time we were welcome, but we were kind of lost doing harm reduction, drug use. Where to start is sometimes is.
Okay.
We're going to let you go, Sebastien, because you have a lot of work to do today. But before you go, we've got also a collection of our hearts. Here you go. Thanks for dropping by. And that was it for this year's edition here from the Touristico Gaylive podcast live at Darklands. A big shout out to our sponsors, Mister Riegillio, Boys Club Café in Bekkenvoort and Twilight Café in Antwerp. Thank you for coming and dropping by. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram with the handle TGLPDCST. And see you next year. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, everyone, and enjoy Darklands, 15-year Darklands. Thank you.